explosion in Layton yesterday, sending 2 people to the hospital and causing extensive damage to multiple homes. We're speaking to a neighbor and more on what's being done to help the family. Plus, a pilot sending an emergency message as his plane was going down. More on the plane crash in Morgan County last night. And ABC4's Craig Worth takes us back in time, telling us all about the old Easter parades that took place here in Utah.
Live from Utah's first TV station, ABC4 News celebrates 75 years.
Hello, I'm Sarah Murphy. Thanks for joining us tonight for ABC4 News at 10. New this evening tonight at 10, the Washington County Rescue Team responding to help a woman who fell in the Snow Canyon lava tubes today. The team saying she may have sustained a head injury. They also said they used a Stokes basket and ropes to safely remove the woman from the lava tube and then carried her to the Life Flight helicopter. Washington County Sheriff's Search and Rescue also thanking the volunteers for taking time out of their weekend to help out. In a weather alert, areas of northern Utah's mountain ranges and foothills are under avalanche watch this evening. The National Weather Service issued a potential avalanche warning over areas including the Wasatch, Bear River, Wellsville, and Stansbury ranges, the Oquirrh Mountains, Cache Valley, and Ogden Valley. Officials are advising the public to avoid being anywhere in the area that's off of and out from under slopes steeper than 30 degrees. The warning went into effect today at 6:30 this morning and will remain in effect until tomorrow at 6 a.m. Time now to check in on your pinpoint weather forecast with meteorologist Nate Larson. Nate, we've had snow in the mountains. Here today, at least, it's looking pretty sunny. What can we expect for the next few days?
You know, fortunately, we get a kind of a copy and paste the forecast today into tomorrow. Some more sunshine, warmer temperatures, but with all the snow in the mountain areas, the melt that we're starting to see really starts to weigh down the snowpack, and we get those wet slides that come down in the springtime. So this is the avalanche danger that we saw today. We can expect it to be similar tomorrow, if not from considerable in the Ogden, Salt Lake, Provo area to high, as we saw in the Logan area today. Still moderate in the western Uintas area, Skyline, Moab looking okay. But again, with the big warm up and all the snow that we do have, we can anticipate that avalanche warning to continue again, not just through tomorrow morning, but I think it'll be extended even into Tuesday, possibly Wednesday, as temperatures are going to remain very warm. In fact, today we hit 68 degrees, so 8 degrees above our normal high. Overnight lows fairly close to average. Our record high is 83. We actually could get within 4 degrees of our record high in the forecast. Tuesday looks to be the warmest day. So yeah, we've got sizzling hot temperatures for the time of year in store on Tuesday this week. Today's high temperatures then, we had 66 in Provo, Logan hit 52, Vernal 62. We managed to squeeze out 80 degrees in St. George, 69 in Cedar City, Lake Powell, 75 Blanding, 68. High pressure, of course, in place, bringing all the abundant sunshine across the state. It starts to shift east as we get into Tuesday and Wednesday. Should increase southwest flow. That will drive up those temperatures on Tuesday as well. So tomorrow, yeah, a little warmer than today, 72, pretty comfortable outside, but above normal with southeast winds at 10 to 15 miles an hour. Salt Lake a bit breezy. St. George 87. Will we hit 90 this week? Well, we'll break down more with the full forecast coming up. Sarah.
All right, thank you, Nate. Now at 10, we have the latest on the 2 people who were seriously injured in an explosion at their home in Layton yesterday. ABC4's Annika Johns joins us live in studio after following up with neighbors who've taken the reins themselves to help this young couple get their lives back.
Yeah, thanks, Sarah. Brandon Kinsley and Shea O'Brien were at home when their basement exploded. The cause of the explosion is still unknown, and while the 2 are in the hospital with serious injuries, their neighbors have stepped up to care for what they have left. Neighbors say that Kinsley and O'Brien were well loved in their neighborhood, and when their home was torn apart, their neighbors didn't hesitate to step in and help.
I mean, they're young, they're just getting their life started, they just got married. So really, we just want to make sure that this doesn't jeopardize anything they were set out to do, any goals they had, any ambitions. We want to make sure they're still able to live their lives, replenish their home, and just rebuild, just start over.
Neighbors have been keeping watch of their home day and night to make sure the remaining belongings are safe and accounted for. Carson continued saying that the couple holds a special place in the community's heart and that they are rooting for them as they get through this.
Shea and Brandon, 2 of the best people we know, really love them, really care about them. We just want them to know how much we support them, how much we're behind them. We just can't wait for them to come home, and there's nothing but love and support when they get here.
There's a GoFundMe set up for the couple to help with medical bills and repairs for their home. You can find the GoFundMe by going to the link you see on your screen now. Back to you, Sarah.
Now in Southern Utah University's campus cleared and marked safe after reports of shots fired in the library yesterday. The school called police saying they heard gunshots in the Gerald R. Sherritt Library. Police then evacuated the building, saying they searched all campus buildings for anything suspicious or unusual. After investigating, authorities say they didn't find any evidence of a shooting or a threat to campus. However, they say they're still continuing to investigate. Now to news out of Morgan County. A pilot walked away unharmed after crashing a plane in an open field Saturday night. Just after 7:30 p.m., the pilot sent an emergency message to air traffic control saying, quote, "We are losing our engines and going down in Morgan County." Weber County Dispatch reportedly receiving a second call, this time from the pilot's sister, saying that she was in contact with her brother and that he had crashed. Morgan County Fire and Sheriff's officers responded to the scene. They say the pilot was treated there and then released. In Salt Lake, police have now arrested a suspect for arson after responding to a house fire on Ashton Avenue in Sugarhouse yesterday. While crews worked to extinguish the fire, they saw a man leaving the house through a window. So officers stopped him, told him to remain on the scene, when he then blurted out, "I lit a few sticks on fire." The suspect, now identified as 39-year-old Marcus Richards, he then fled the scene. He was found a few blocks away, taken into custody. Police detained Richards and allegedly found a syringe and methamphetamine while searching him. The Ashton Avenue house appeared to be abandoned, with the windows slated up with cardboard. While the fire was small, authorities say the structure was damaged in the fire. Richards has been booked in Salt Lake County Jail and is facing one charge of aggravated arson. Today, we're taking the time to recognize a colleague here at ABC4 gone too soon. Our Director of Engineering, Dean Davidson, passed away suddenly on Thursday, and tonight we saw Farnsworth Peak lit up in his honor. Dean's family and friends gathered together to watch the lighting and to remember a man who's made an impact.
He was the guy that could fix anything.
Words to describe Dean Davidson. Loved and respected by family and friends, all coming together to remember him.
Whenever he came, he'd always go like, "Ryder!" And it was special to me.
Yeah.
He was just super funny all the time, and he always made jokes, and it was fun.
Emotions running high, lighting candles in Dean's honor. Family says he's a man who would help anyone.
Dean was a fixer. He loved fixing things. He was an engineer through and through.
Broadcast engineers lit up Farnsworth Peak in the Oquirrh Mountain Range, both for Dean and for former field engineer Strody Kerr. He passed away Tuesday.
Everyone here is family or close friends. And I bought 42 candles, thinking that, okay, if we have too many, we'll just take them home. And it turns out we only had enough candles for maybe a third of the group here.
He was full of life and just a big kid. Lots of corny puns, dad jokes, and loved to be around my kids. And I think that's what I'm going to have the hardest time with, is having him around for my kids.
Remembering a man who was a light to many. Now many holding up a light to him.
The best of Dean and what I've learned from him is just his determination to do the right thing. He was willing to put his head down and work hard. He was willing to love. He's the kind of man that I think anybody would want to be like.